Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a 2-page layout using the Say Cheese Magic collection from Simple Stories. So yes, yet again, another Disney collection. So I am using a lot of photos on this layout and a lot of similar photos. I think I am going to be including 8 photos on this layout, so quite a few. So what I'm going to do is I am going to line up 6 going all the way across the bottom, and then I have 2 landscape photos that I am going to include on the top. And so I wanted the photos on top to kind of be framed by a pattern paper because I don't have really much space for many papers on this layout due to the amount of photos. And so I did want one at least to be kind of front and center and kind of showcased. So I have some of the photos from the photo pass that we paid for, and then we have some that I feel like are almost just as good. We found this spot, I want to say outside maybe of the Connections Eatery. Don't hold me to that, but it had the Epcot ball with a nice view right behind it. And so we kind of took different family photos in that location. And so I felt like between those photos that we took and then the photos that, we kind of paid for, I thought it was a good way to almost just include them all. They're so similar enough. And then the fun thing is at the top, one of the photos, we are looking at my brother-in-law's hands, and they put a Christmas dressed Tinkerbell in that photo. So that is fun if you do buy your pictures. Sometimes they have like magical extras. And so, at the time when he's telling you just to look at the hand, you don't know what they kind of have in mind. And then you go into the app, and yeah, it was just fun to see a Christmas Tinkerbell. And then this one here that I'm matting as well, that was kind of a fun one. It was like almost like a robot that we all kind of stood around, and it had the camera. And what happened was it kind of just took a photo of all of us. So I did make sure that one was kind of in the center of page 1 just to give it a little bit more attention, maybe, I guess. And it helped break up the 2 photos on either side of it as well. So another way I wanted to bring in another pattern paper was just to add a thin strip to the top and the bottom of kind of my row of photos. And so I did that here, and then I am going to actually matte that middle photo again with, I believe, pink, actually, which is not like me at all. I don't know. I am not a pink person. If you look at my closet, I don't know. It's just not my favorite color, but it helped bring out some of the pink in kind of that confetti paper. And then I believe there is some pink in my title as well. So I did double matte and pop up both of the middle photos on each of the pages. I didn't make you watch me tape down the exact same thing on page 2, but it was just the same process. And then we are going to move up to the top. So really getting the base done was what took me the longest. You will see that I don't over embellish this layout. There's not really a place to over embellish this layout with so many photos. So once I matte the top photos, I kind of decide, I like kind of a background for my title. I felt like it would help it stand out if it was on a solid color. And so I end up actually going in and finding a scrap piece of black paper after I kind of use up this embellishment pack. I think this is the Simple Pages embellishment pack. And so I decided, you know what? I only have a few pieces left. I am going to use this up. And so that's what the title is from. And then I believe on the right hand side, that big piece of ephemera, I believe that is from that same embellishment pack as well. So I again just grabbed a scrap piece of black. I easily could have grabbed a 12 by 12, but I didn't because I just like using up scraps. And so I ended up just cutting little bits to add to, I guess, the far right of page 1 and the far left of page 2 there, to make it look like that black goes all the way across. Again, could have used a full piece. It would have been easier, but I like to save my black. Especially because the black that I have been using is from close to my heart. So, you know, I don't have that option to go rebuy that at this time. And so I just wanted to use up what I had. And I really like the way that the black makes the title pop. I feel like a lot better than it would have on the yellow background. And as you can see, I did decide to double mat the top photos as well, and found a bluish paper that matched good enough for what little bit was going to be seen. And then I also popped those photos up on foam tape as well. And because I popped the photos up on foam tape, that meant I had to pop this piece of embellishment up on foam tape because I wanted it kind of even. But I loved how the size of that embellishment really filled in that space like perfectly, to be honest. And I was happy that I had enough space on the photo that I could kind of overlap that piece of ephemera onto the photo. Now with page 1, I believe I have to pop the title up on foam tape because I am going to have a little bit of that overlapping the photo. Maybe a little bit more than I would have liked. You can see that on the right hand side that Ferris wheel is not really on anybody at all. There was enough open space over there, but on the title here, when I flip it over and tape it down, I think it is overlapping my dad a little bit, not to the point where, you know, he's erased from the photo or whatnot, but I don't know, I probably could have somehow maneuvered that a little bit better. So in that embellishment pack that I wanted to use up, there were these pieces of confetti, and I don't know, for whatever reason, the size of them, the shape of them, I really kind of struggle with the placements. I did sneak one under the title, and then to the top right, to fill in some of that black area, I added a couple over there. I am also going to add one to the bottom cluster here with that tag. And then I went into my stash to find the flares from Scrap and Happy Studio. If you haven't already and you have gone to Disney and haven't documented or have an upcoming trip, definitely check out that box. It's been perfect. The perfect little embellishments to add to the layouts. So you can see just kind of trying to piece together little things using up the little hearts from that same embellishment pack. Like I said, once I kind of took out the two big pieces, I really wanted to utilize the rest of that pack just to get rid of it. And I do like the pieces that I added to the layout. It's not that I just wanted to get rid of it, but, you know, there was no sense, I guess, in adding just a couple of hearts or the confetti back into my stash. So I did decide to add a cluster over to the bottom right here, just to kind of even out. You can see I kind of have it over to the bottom left, so I figured over to the bottom right would be a great place for another cluster, and small at that. I did add the camera, the balloons, and I don't know, I just didn't feel like, again, this layout needed much. It's busy, busy, busy as it is. So adding more, I just felt like would have taken away from the photos. So you can see I am just trying to add little bits and pieces here. Some of the pieces were chipboard, so the layering of them was a little bit tricky. but then also just trying to kind of use some of those embellishments, the flares from Scrap and Happy Studio. So I did pop that little small canvas one up on some foam tape to in the right hand side. And really, I'm going to add some twine to the tag. I actually have some black and white twine that I thought would look really good with this, with adding that black strip at the top. And so once I do that, this layout pretty much is complete. I kind of try to figure out, there is some more space to the top there on that black, but I just didn't find anything that I felt looked good layering wise. Those arrows maybe would have been good to the top right, but I just decided, you know what, I am just going to leave it as is and not overdo things. But that is going to finish off this layout. I will definitely link this collection down below, as well as Scrap and Happy Studio, in case you want to check out that box of Disney flares. But I hope you guys enjoyed this 2-page layout, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.